Welcome back to the live stream, y'all. It's Brian Sells Words. For those that don't know, my name is Brian. I run a consulting business called I Sell Words, and basically, I try to help small businesses find more economical ways to do their marketing. And I'm pivoting more into teaching them how to do their own marketing as opposed to the done for you services because I'm kind of loaded up on the done for you services. And I think there's probably more value in business owners learning how to manage their own marketing. So even when they hire somebody to do it, they have kind of a good some ground rules to follow in order to make sure that the marketing goes through. So that's what I do. I'm doing a follow up to last week's episode. Did an episode on why your marketing isn't working, and I did touch on something that I feel like needs to be expanded on a bit, which is the who of your marketing and making sure that last week was talking about how your marketing is kind of why your marketing isn't working and focusing on being self-centered as a business and not really focusing on your clients' needs or wants. This episode is going to be the who. And so when I say the who, what I'm talking about is the niche that you serve, the group of people that you serve. And if you haven't started niching down, it's not too late. You can start today. But it is very important in terms of getting a marketing machine that works by having somebody that having a who firmly in mind. And so I got a couple of things I wanted to run down to you. This video is going to get cut and re-edited for rebroadcast on YouTube and all other stuff. So if you see me take natural breaks or throw an artificial sounding break in there, that's what it's going to sound like. The other thing is I am taking on consulting clients. If you're interested in booking a time to consult, my email is briansellswords@gmail.com. You'll see that trailing across the bottom of the screen. So if you're interested in booking a consulting time, I'll clear some time for you and we could sit down and talk about what your concerns are for marketing with your business. With that out of the way, last thing, and if you leave a comment, make sure you let me know who it is. If you don't give permission to StreamYard to display your name, it will not show your name. So you have to go through the entire permissions process to give StreamYard the permission on Facebook to display your name or wherever you're commenting from. So if you don't feel like doing that, just leave. When you leave a message, let me know who it is so I can shout you out directly. So let's jump into the meat of what we're talking about today. Like I said, I mentioned this on the last stream, but I didn't expand on it. The concept of having a firm who in mind so you could target your marketing. And it's one of those things that if you do not do this, unless you plan on being the Walmart or Amazon of your specific field or industry, you need to figure out who your target market is. And when I say Walmart or Amazon, I'm thinking of two of the major players that cover a lot of different product lines in a lot of different areas. One of the things that Walmart and Amazon can do is they can absolutely crush any competitors that come into the space because they can offer lower prices that any of them can reasonably manage and maintain their business because they have so much volume. They have literally an infinite supply of volume. So they don't really need to niche down and really focus on any specific target audience or demographic because they have volume on their side. No mom and pop shop is going to be able to keep up with the sheer amount of volume that Walmart can do while maintaining those super, super low prices. And so in your industry, you don't want to be that person that is competing on price because you have nothing unique about your business or you don't have a very specific targeted market that you're locked in on. Amazon, Walmart, and some of the bigger players can absolutely do that. They could undercut all their competition and drive them out of the market space, and then they'll raise their prices on a specific item after the fact. So look at it like this. The corner store cannot offer Tupperware at the same price that Walmart or Amazon can because they ain't got the volume to do it. They can't sell enough to make that price cut turn into a profit for them. They just can't sell enough. They don't do enough business. They're not in enough locations. So when I say that, it's important to identify who your niche is. You don't want to fall into that, what they call a commodity, where anybody can find you anywhere. And if you don't have anything unique or specific that serves a specific group of people with your business, you risk falling into being a commodity. And a lot of businesses do that every single day. They hang up a shingle and they say, we serve everybody that walks through these doors, and not really think, well, Can we serve everybody reasonably, or are we going to have to keep adjusting our services to match everybody's expectation? And as a business owner, that's not reasonable, that's not rational to think that you're going to be able to do that. So unless you're planning on being the Walmart or Amazon in your industry, you need to find an audience to target. When you pick a niche, and niche, I know people say it different ways. I say niche. If you pick a niche to serve, it allows you to target your marketing specifically at clients that are likely to buy from you. And if you do any kind of pay-per-click advertising with your business, this is very, very, very important. Because pay-per-click, anytime somebody clicks on your ad, and Facebook, I think, is anytime somebody views your ad, it costs money out of your budget that you've set aside for that ad. And so there's no point in creating an ad for a new product line and showing it to the whole wide world, and only a 100th of 1% of the whole wide world are people that are likely to buy that product. That doesn't make any sense, because you'll blow an entire marketing budget showing your product to a bunch of people, that product or service, that have no reason to buy from you. They have no intention of buying anything from you, but you're showing it to them regardless. And so that's not something that you really want to get into. You don't want to be in that position where you have this ad running and the ad is for everybody, and it's not really focused in on the people that are likely to buy from you. That doesn't even make any sense. And even some of the players in the mass market are starting to understand that. That's why you're starting to see McDonald's roll out apps and Burger King roll out apps and everything, because they're trying to actually get a target market of people to serve advertisements to, because it's expensive to run those campaigns that market to everybody. And so that's why it's important. It allows you to target your marketing, and it allows for speed when you're creating your marketing materials, because if you're able to get into the mind of the people that are likely to buy from you, it makes writing the marketing message that connects with them a lot easier. It makes it so simple, because you're thinking like your clients do. And so you can see things, that use cases for your products or services that they instantly connect with. You don't have to do a ton of thinking when you're creating your message, because you already know what they're buying it for. And so it's a lot easier to create Facebook ads and posts and emails and videos and any content that pushes your product or service, because you already know what they're looking for. And allows you to get inside their mind to quickly create those marketing things. And I'm a big proponent of creating it once and using it in multiple places. So you can create an ad, and if that ad does really well, you can take that same ad, copy it, paste it, put it in a document, change a couple of words around it, and redeploy it for different products and different services at different times of the year. But having a firm idea of what's going through your client's mind when they make that purchase decision is very important, and it's very powerful. It helps you do your marketing quick. You don't have to spend a lot of time reinventing the wheel every time you create some new marketing material. When you're in the minds of your clients, it's another thing. It allows you to see what problems that they may have in the future, and you can create products or services that align with those. Here's the thing. I tell people all the time, do not create a product or service without having a who firmly in mind of who you're selling it to. And a lot of businesses do this. A lot of business owners do it. They'll sit down and have one of those really great idea sessions or whatnot late at night, and all these ideas are just flowing into their head about what they could be doing with their business. But since they don't have a firm who's going to utilize that, what happens is they have these fantastic ideas, and they start putting the effort into creating new products, or start putting the effort into creating new services. And since they don't really have a who they're going to sell it to, they don't really know who to target that marketing at. And now you're just out there, basically out in the river with your boat, waiting for fish to jump in the water with no reel and no bait. So having a firm who and having a firm niche to pursue, it allows you to be a little bit more thoughtful when you're creating new product lines or services for your audience, because you'll know what problems they encounter and what solutions they need to purchase from you. And so that's important too. Now, here's the thing, and I know a lot of business owners fall into this. I've experienced this with business owners when I'm telling them to niche down. one of the fears that business owners have about selecting a smaller niche of smaller population of people to serve is they're scared that they're going to chase off potential clients. And I'm here to tell you that you cannot sit around and worry about hypothetical clients when you have real ones out there that are looking for your services. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous to think that um, you need to please this hypothetical demographic of people that have never pursued your services before, and that you need to please them somehow instead of focusing on the people that have done business with you, the people that show that that have demonstrated that they value what you do and are willing to put money behind it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to pursue that. And a lot of business owners fear that scare off these hypothetical people that they've never done business with, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's a rational fear because, especially if you're in a business, that's been struggling, like in 2020, 2021 exposed a lot of businesses to elements in the economy that they weren't prepared for and never really crossed their mind to think about. So it is scary to potentially chase off clients. What I'm saying is this. Trying to pander or cater to people that have never done business with you is a fast way to never make any money. I'd say stick with the people that have proven that they're ready to ride with you. For new business owners, if you're looking at jumping in this, I'm gonna just tell you this: while your friends and family are great testers and they can give you good feedback on product lines, they cannot be a niche. You can't rely on friends and family to be your niche. It's just not going to work. There's too many things in an interpersonal relationship. There's too many barriers to transfer an interpersonal relationship to a business relationship. It's very hard, and making that a niche and relying on that to serve you is not going to work. Now, you can build profiles of specific clients. Like if you have a friend or family member that will be perfect for your services, you can basically build a profile off that person to attract more people like that. But just focusing on your social circle as a niche is a fast way to the poorhouse. It's just not going to work. And unfortunately, a lot of new business owners think that, well, my friends and family, they'll jump out there and support me. Most cases, they love you to death, but you can't rely on them to prop up your business because it's not going to happen. So building a niche just out of friends and family is not the play. It's not the one you want to do. I know I'm moving a little bit fast here, but one thing is, I will say this: people pay more for specialists. And think about it like this: you could say, "Well, Brian, I'm a therapist." Well, there are therapists that are specifically targeted. They market their services towards specific subgroups. Sports therapists. There are probably therapists that work with professionals in high stress jobs that they specialize in. I know there are therapists that work with just children. And so there are therapists, that work with just, married couples and things like that. So there are therapists that run the whole gamut of different subgroups. If you become a specialist, people are going to pay more for your services. And the other side is, people that specialize in something tend to have an affinity for working with that group, and they actually like working with that group. So it's more rewarding than working with people that you don't have any affinity with, or you don't really enjoy serving. So specialists make more money. Now think about that, and let's apply it towards your business. And I'm waiting for any comments to come through. Give me if anybody wants to throw in a comment about a business that they're in, or a business that they're running that doesn't seem to have a specialized niche for you. I'll see if I can come up with one off the top of my head while we're in this. But anyway, therapists, there are dentists that specialize in specific patient groups, specific procedures. Of course, we know that there are medical professionals that specialize. There are heart specialists and cancer specialists and skin doctors, people that just work with doctors that just work with small children, doctors that just work with bones. And so there's doctors that specialize in different areas. And so they would not be, so if you're going to a bone doctor, you wouldn't go to them for a general checkup. You will go to them with something regarding a broken bone or bone growth or something along those lines. And so a specialist gets paid more money. Figure out what your business can specialize in. Now, what happens if you're doing business and you have your niche and somebody comes to you who's not exactly in your niche? What do? You serve them. There's no rule saying that you can't serve people that don't fit neatly inside your niche. And the bonus of that is by working with them, you can do a little bit of an experiment on your business and say, okay, I like serving this person. Is this something, can I get a secondary niche? Can I get another niche to build upon where now this person who didn't fit neatly inside my niche, maybe I can build another service around that subgroup of people. And now I can expand my offerings. And so now I have this niche over here and this niche over here that I know how to serve. So it's a very important thing to have a who in mind. And the niche allows you to find your who. Serving everybody serves nobody. That's the bottom line. And creating a product that doesn't have a who in mind is a dead end, because you could have the best product in the world, but if it doesn't solve a person specific problem, the chances of them purchasing that product for you are very slim. So I know I'm keeping this one a little bit short. We're under 16 minutes. We're about 16 minutes in here, but and you know, it is what it is. I don't have anything else on this. If you have any questions or concerns, you can hit me at bsellswords@gmail.com. The email is scrolling at the bottom. I'm available for consultations. I'm available for, we'll call them discovery meetings, where we can sit down and talk about, you know, what your problems are at the beginning before I even start diagnosing and coming up with solutions. It's just me acting as a sounding board for your marketing concerns or problems. You can book them through bsellswords@gmail.com. Anyway, that's all I got. Again, Brian Sells Words. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I'll holler at y'all later. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Peace.